was pretty eerie the way he did that.
Bro, is the camera blown out again?
Is it?
I don't know. I can't tell.
I think I'm just really pale. Honestly. I think the camera's fine.
What do I look? Yeah, it's fine. I think you're just closer to it.
How's everybody doing? What's everybody up to this weekend? I feel like we should do a poll. We should do a poll to see who believes we're gonna finish this game today. We got Natoid the mod on it. Breakfast and mimosas at 4 p.m. on a Saturday. What a blessing. That sounds so lovely. We also had a late breakfast at like 2:33 maybe. It's a lifestyle.
Poll is up.
Poll is up. Who thinks we're actually gonna make it happen today?
Okay,
That was good phrasing.
I genuinely believe this has to be the final part. Everything is wrapped up. Everything other than what's going on with the necklace, which feels like the final, like, storyline.
I think you're right. I think it is the final storyline, but
I don't think it's gonna
I don't know how long they're gonna take for a solution.
Here's what I think I vaguely convinced you before we started. I was convinced the play was gonna be one of the last things of the entire game.
Mm-hmm.
And we just got the play. So there's a very high chance this is going to be the last session. And it might even be short.
It might be. We were brainstorming on a backup plan, like, just in case we have maybe an hour left in it or something.
I mean, we also, I know we tossed out one idea, but we always have the generic what do we do after we're done game that everyone on our circle of streamers uses.
What?
Fall Guys.
Fall Guys, I suppose.
Jeez, hater. Play.
I was thinking something more chill than that.
A play, not a plague.
But I'm not good at Falling Guys.
Glory, do you want me to tell you privately, or do you want me to make a big deal out of it here in public?
I was thinking, Glory, you should respond on Discord, and then depending on what we decide, maybe it's an announcement that could go out today.
No.
If we finish the game.
I want to push Glory into a situation where they have to say yes.
That's not right. Also, they don't have to. We could ask live on stream here, and they could say no. They could say hell no. It sounded like you already talked about it, though. Right?
But yeah, a little bit.
Sassy, you've never fallen any guys. It's alright. It's a fun game. But I was just thinking, like, something more chill. Not so competitive. I don't know. But we could do that after, maybe. In Glory, you don't need to be scared. We're just asking about a thing. Well, I don't bring chill energy to Fall Guys. I bring hectic, frazzled, deadly energy. In most situations. The request is out there for use in the group chat. Nice, easy.
We'll have to. Do we make the announcement? Do we do it now? I think we do it.
We do it after it.
Because especially if we find out it's done.
Yeah.
There we go. Okay.
Yeah, I think that's what I was thinking. Like, if we finish the game, then we have this fun announcement. Sick. We're scheming. We got plans to move forward this here brand, this here collaboration.
And it when you hear what it is, it's gonna be sick. It fits
It'll
perfectly.
all make sense.
It all comes
It's
together.
all coming together. Ooh, eyeball emoji, Ben. Interesting.
Oh wait, the poll's about to end.
What's gonna happen? It's currently at 12 votes to 1 vote.
Everyone
How's
believes.
it gonna turn
That
out?
means you gotta read fast. No pause, no. Read like a robot.
Oh gosh.
Weaned.
There we go. You have your answer.
With Infinity Break putting 8 extra votes in.
Okay, I see you spending. I thought you were saving for Phyllis Treat Times. Out here spending points like you have them to burn. Look at what you've done. Below 10K. Guess you'll have to continue watching.
Shucks.
What a chore. Thanks for the hydrate, Sassy. Thanks for voting, everybody. Thanks for doing your part. I will do my best to finish this game today. Nate, you're not on stream, but you have to hydrate too. You have to. It's the law. Evan, what's up? We haven't seen you in a little bit. What you doing this weekend, Evan? You got some baseball things to watch? That's exactly what Nate told me earlier. We knew to anticipate this. Well, I hope it goes in your favor.
Manny's playing right now.
Is he? Flying back home at 6 a.m. That's a bummer.
Manny and Juan Soto and like half the Padres are on Team Dominican Republic.
Nice. All right. Well, I guess we'll get into it since we're... I gotta give the voters what they want at this point, you know? Let's get into the game.
Oh, what a politician. Gotta give the voters what they want.
No, that's not in the spirit of a true politician.
But they say that and then they don't deliver, which is likely to happen.
Excuse me? Likely to happen? You think we're not gonna finish? Were you the one vote? Were you the one no vote? Tell me the truth. I'm gonna have my Secret Service look into this. Okay. It's time for gaming. Alright, here comes the game music, the game sound. Let me know how the balance is. Fiddy. You're always the no voter. I should know better by now. Always
like
the
us.
naysayer. But we still like you. Okay, where am I going? Gameplay screen. It's been a while. It feels like we did it last week, but it still feels like it's been a long time since I've streamed. Somehow, some way.
We had a busy week. We both did a lot of work this week.
We did.
I finished 3 games technically, and I'm hopefully gonna have written about all 3 this week.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm doing. I'm trying to write an entire article today, chat. Wow.
Dang. What do you run, a video game site or something?
More likely, I get like 70% done, and then I stall out. I have to finish it tomorrow.
That's a lot. Better than I could do in a day.
Oh, you didn't finish this one.
We are in Ready or Not. See, even that feels like, Ready or Not to end, right?
And it's day 7. It's usually, I mean, the last one was like 16 days, but
Yeah. They've been getting longer and longer.
I think it's wrapping up.
I've just been played too many times.
And like day 7, but I feel like there's been time jumps in this chapter alone. Or maybe it's just from the beginning of the chapter. I don't know, but
I don't know either. All right, here we go. So the last thing that happened.
bring up the log.
I-
You can look.
Yeah. So it ended right there
At the play.
at the play. So they finally did the play where Miho was like an extra. Cyrus and Lena finally got together, decided to go on a date after the play. Very sweet. And before that, Miho got hired through a phone interview for a
The
job
nature
at the
reserve.
nature reserve. And she's choosing her own path forward for the first time, not sort of going with the flow, taking the opportunities that come to her. She chose this one, and we are so proud. Yes. And she aced the interview because, she was drawing from her own passion and her experience, being someone could have left me in the woods that time when I was a fox, and they didn't. And so that's the difference that she wants to make.
I like this, just off topic, but I like the vibes of both of our streams can be discovered by our audio levels. You sometimes peek into the yellow, and that's like you're like, oh my god, maxing out. I sometimes max out the bar, go to the red, and I'm on 1 dot of gain. You're on 2 dots of gain. This is your just volume.
I'm a soft-spoken fella, and I literally don't know what to do about it. It's a problem.
You're supposed to
It's right up against my mouth. It's touching my mouth.
I know.
I'm gonna spit all over it.
That's the
I
point.
guarantee. That's not how you use it.
Because I'm loud. I know I'm loud, so I move it back.
Okay, anyway. So that's where we are. We're here in the morning. Here we go. Even though Aspen shows up for breakfast, I'm too preoccupied to do much but eat and respond on autopilot. After a predictably sleepless night, I can barely stay focused enough to chew.
Yeah,
He
see?
really does.
No, well, that's the other. I was gonna say that's the other sign that it's ending, is that Cyrus and Lena finally are dating potentially, and
Yeah.
that's a clear sign of
Getting the side character
Yeah.
wrap up.
even the side character storylines are finishing. Come on.
Yeah. I'm so out of it that Aspen has to wave her hand in my face to get my attention.
Miho.
How's the sound balance for you all?
You can turn it up just for you too. I mean,
I know, but I just want to know if it's a little quiet for everyone, because I'll probably turn it up in my ears a little bit.
see if let some more dialogue play.
Okay.
Yeah? I was going to ask if you're okay, but I think I need to ask what's wrong instead.
How is
What
it?
do you mean?
How is it? Up, down, left, right. BA select start.
Which one? Which one?
Oh shit, that reminds me.
Thumbs up, thumbs down. What?
The Dead Cells DLC has the Konami code works now in Dead Cells. The up, up, down, down, left, right, BA start. Okay.
Everything
Yeah,
sounds
so
good.
just turn
Cool.
up in your ears, which you could just do here, even.
Just right here.
Yeah.
Is that a lot?
No, you can just max it, honestly.
Okay.
You've been chewing
better.
on an empty fork for a little bit now.
Gremlin mode.
Oops.
Aspen gently sets my brutalized fork onto the table. My plate is so full, I'm not sure if I actually had any food or not.
Is this about your secret idea from yesterday?
I nod.
You're good. I like to think I know you pretty well. Is it something you can talk to us about yet?
Juliet also leans in to show she's listening, although she doesn't interject. I can feel my pulse rise in response to the sudden attention. Even Happy is watching me. Oh yeah, and she named the dog Happy. This is the whole reason I decided so quickly. I should just get it over with.
I'm going to smash my bean.
Whoa! The announcement. Both Aspen and Juliet look at me in stunned silence. I'm not surprised.
I don't know for sure, but if I do that, I think my magic will go away. The problem is, I don't know what else will happen to me.
Ben.
But I think I'll be okay. And B thinks so too.
While Juliet continues to look shocked, Aspen's face flips through emotions like I'm changing channels on the TV.
Just knowing Ben's misinterpretation with the continued conversation, I don't know what else will happen to me, but I think I'll be okay.
Smash it? Are you sure? That's awfully permanent.
You ruined this whole conversation, Ben.
And what do you mean, what else? What do you mean? You think? Have you thought?
Aspen.
All Aspen has to do is look at Juliet, and she cuts herself off.
I'm sorry. I'm sure you've thought about it. But that's so sudden. I'm sure you can see why I'm so shocked. It's been on my mind for a while, and it's all I could think about last night. It's what I want to do, though. I told Amaya I would, for one thing. And I'd feel a lot better if I didn't have to worry about either of you forgetting about me. Me too. God, me too.
Your magic is more than just being forgotten, though. That, plus your ability to transform, plus, I would imagine, your immortality.
There is that. Aspen gasps.
Miho! I know. I thought about that too. And I'm okay with that. I want to feel more. I want things to mean more to me. I don't think that can happen unless I know I'm going to lose them someday. That's something both of you helped me realize.
I meet Juliet's gaze.
You too. And Cosette.
Her eyes go wide, then settle into motherly contentment. Closing her eyes, she nods in acknowledgement of what I said. Aspen grabs my hands, one in each of hers, holding them to her heart as she faces me.
Miho, I don't know what to say. There's so much that I don't know if I could get through it all. So, I'll just trust you. I'll trust that you know what's right for you, and I'll support you in that. Always.
That was y'all in the Discord earlier being like, I believe you, you're gonna finish it today. I'll just trust you. Whoa. Aspen barely finished talking when there's a sudden flash of light from my necklace, causing both Aspen and Juliet to recoil in shock. Happy yelps in surprise too.
Necklace is like, you're gonna do what?
What the?
I instantly cut my hands around my bead, which contains a lot of the light, but not all of it. Aspen still has to use one arm to shield her eyes. No, Evan. That means we have 2 more weeks. Somehow, despite the brightness, I'm able to see through it unbothered. The bead seems to be shaking, and I don't think it's because of my hands. It's still whole, but just barely. It's had its fill of whatever it was looking for. I can feel it. It's needy. The magic within it wants to burst free and escape. All 3 of us exchange a look, knowing that it's pointless to say anything else about the issue. Whether it's instinct or just my own inner strength, I grit my teeth and stand up.
It's time.
See, look, we're like at the end.
I walk to the front door, hoping that I'm not shaking as badly as I think I am.
It's gonna be like a 30-minute session.
Imagine. I mean, that's why we were planning. We were like, it really could be just right around the corner from what we did last week. Aspen, Juliet, and Happy are right behind me, but I don't look back until I'm out the door, standing in the sunlight. Aspen comes to my side, gripping my arm as she leans in for a kiss. Closing my eyes and focusing on the feeling of her against my side,
The dog.
I feel the storm in my belly calm down a little bit. Yeah, were you not here last time, Evan? I think you weren't. We found like a stray dog in the park, and it came home with us. And then at the end of the last session, we named it Happy.
It's a cute little... Looks like a little golden retriever.
Yeah, sort of a golden-looking little baby.
And then they had to like... Miho was like so concerned about like just housing this dog that she turned into a fox to talk to it, like animal to animal, to be like, do you want to stay here? And it was like, okay.
Yeah, because she was like, if it were me, I wouldn't have wanted anyone to be like, come stay here with me. I'm like kidnapping you and you live with me now. So she wanted to give it the choice.
Yes, that is the name of the name of the game is just Be the dog.
Please be happy. A really cute dog.
I was really hoping for Happy Hogan from the Iron Man movies, you know, his bodyguard / assistant, you remember? I thought he was going to show up, but it's a dog, I guess.
Right, sure. Would have made more sense if it was
Happy
Happy
Hogan,
Hogan.
yeah.
Yeah.
So the dog was really a big twist.
Oh, there he is. The baby. He's a little golden looking. He's got like some sort of terrier
Yeah, I was gonna
scruffy
say,
boy in there. I
with a little
forgot.
beard.
Yeah. He's cute. Little claws dig into me as Happy stands up on his hind legs, pressing his paws into me as well. Juliet remains on the doorway, just out of reach of the sunlight, but I know she's watching anxiously too. My hands are trembling as I reach for my necklace. Aspen places her hand on mine, steadying it as I undo the clasp. For the first time since I slipped it on, I carefully remove my bead and set the rest aside. It's strangely heavy in my palm. Maybe I shouldn't call it strange. It's carrying a lot of memories in it. Still, it's small enough that when I curl my fingers, it's hidden entirely. Closing my eyes, I take a deep breath and then another, preparing myself for what I'm about to do.
Wait!
She's doing it like right outside, right away. Like, fuck it.
My eyes shoot back open.
Before you do, there's something I have to ask. I'd regret it forever if I don't.
What is it? You can ask me anything.
She looks conflicted. I have no idea what her question could even be. Finally, she copies me, closing her eyes and taking a deep breath before snapping her gaze to mine.
Can I touch your ears?
You gotta do it at least once.
She's like,
You really have to.
You're my girlfriend. I haven't even touched your ears. I don't even think I touched your tail.
That's hilarious. And so vital.
It's just so fun. Wait! Can I touch your ears?
Before they're gone. It's just ... Miho's just silent for 2 full minutes.
Huh?
The fuck?
I've just... For as long as I've known you, I've wanted to ask. But it seems so rude, so I kept putting it off.
I know, they've been very chaste, haven't even touched the ears yet.
So maybe she has touched the tail, if you know what I mean. Wink, wink.
Excuse me?
I can't put it off anymore, though.
I just like that the dog's face is in the bottom corner of this, too.
Like, are you for real right now?
Bro, you touch my ears all the time. What the fuck?
I take a second to process what she said, and then I burst out laughing. Of everything she could have said, that definitely wouldn't have been one of my
So, like,
guesses.
serious? Just like, oh, please.
She looks so guilty about asking that it makes me laugh even harder until I'm doubled over and unable to stand up straight. I know, it's so cute. Tears start to stream from my eyes, taking a lot of my tension with them. I can only nod in response, unable to actually answer Aspen's question with words. After a couple seconds, she can't keep from laughing either, even as she approaches me. I force myself upright, at least a bit more, and tilt my head for her. Her fingers hesitantly settle on my ears, and she scratches a few times the same way she pets Happy. I see why he likes it so much. Aspen doesn't spend too long before moving away from me. She looks a lot more relieved, too.
Okay, I've gotten that out of my system. Why don't you... Miho!
She gasps.
Sigourney Crush.
Maybe. She gasps and points at my hand. I look down. Without even meaning to, I clenched my fist at some point. Familiar light shines between the gaps, turning into vapor and rising toward the sky. I uncurl my fingers, revealing a small pile of glowing dust and shards of my bead. The shards aren't sharp. In fact, they aren't anything. I can't even feel them there. Turning my hand over, I dump the debris onto the ground. A lot of the dust disappears as it falls, and so do some of the pieces. A couple of them hit the ground before vanishing. Only one piece, the largest one, lasts for any time at all. Instead of evaporating instantly, it slowly dissolves, with most of the powder being carried away by the wind. Soon, all that's left is a tiny seed that looks like it comes from some unknown plant. Was this part of my bead too? I'll never know the answer, because the wind picks up and takes that with it too. Although it doesn't disappear into nothingness, it's gone from sight in an instant. a magic bean. If it was, then maybe it's on its way to someone else who needs it. Just like Jongin, it'll travel the world again, never quite coming to rest. I think they'd love to be part of the wind, laughing along with the breeze. So I'm sure they'll know where to take it. The instant that the last trace of magic disappears, I can feel my body start to change. It's similar to changing into a fox, but still different. My ears shrink down, and my tail retracts, but the rest of me stays the same. Go ahead, Glory, let it out. I know it's sad to see those ears go. My hair brushes against my shoulders as new, different ears take the place of my fox ones. It feels like stretching after being cramped up for a long time.
It's just ending, isn't it? Like,
Maybe.
it's so funny. After all of this, it's just like, oh, okay, I'm a human now. Like, you know what I mean? Like, no one's.
I mean, it's just funny because of like where we happened to end last time, and like this is the first thing we're doing this time. Like, if we had just started a little earlier last time, maybe we would have finished. We'll see. Maybe there's like an epilogue or something.
Oh, there will be for sure.
Oh my god!
Whoa!
Look at her tiny baby ears!
Huminho.
Like always, the transformation is quick. Only a few seconds from start to finish.
Humiho.
Except, it's not always anymore. There is no next time. I turn around to face Aspen and Juliet again, just as a tearful Aspen rushes into me, wrapping me in the tightest hug I've ever felt. Somehow, her lips manage to find mine, and my first experience as a human couldn't be any better. I love little JPEG Happy.
Just no other animation. Just dog.
Just dog. Dog is here. Happy doesn't wait long before demanding to be noticed too, so I step away from Aspen in order to kneel down and pet him.
Come on.
He's just hovering.
Whoa. Link protection is off of really for once.
Whoa.
Glory didn't get banned.
I know. That was dangerous, Glory. He seems to handle this change a lot better than me turning into a fox, since he doesn't growl or act any differently at all. I wonder if he even notices that change. Finally, there's Juliet, who has tears of her own in her eyes. As I climb the stairs, she steps forward and pulls me into an embrace of her own.
Congratulations, Miho.
Thank you for everything.
Juliet lets go of me and then steps further back into the house and away from the sunlight. The rest of us go inside too. I feel strangely normal. Other than being a bit dizzy, I feel exactly the same as I did 5 minutes ago. Even the dizziness will probably go away once I get used to not having a tail. I'm not sure what I was expecting being human to feel like, but I thought it would at least feel like something. I don't mind being wrong about this one. I know that I'm right about the human part, though. That same intuition that's guided me my whole life tells me that. That's reassuring as well. I'm still me, through and through. We go back to the kitchen, which also seems absurdly normal. I feel like I should at least do something to celebrate or commemorate the occasion, but really just being able to go on with my everyday life feels like a reward itself.
It's like a reward.
It's like a reward. Like Lena leaving the Bell House, maybe it'll hit me harder later on, after the novelty is worn off. But right now, I'm just excited to keep living. After Juliet goes to bed, Aspen and I leash up Happy and take him for a walk around town. I notice a few differences, like not being able to smell or hear quite as well as I could before. I don't mind, though. The trade-off is more than worth it. My first day as a human isn't too different from my last few days as a Gumiho, and that's just fine with me. Aspen stays as late as she can, and when she finally leaves to return to her own apartment, she does it with a promise to meet up again tomorrow. That night, lying awake next to Happy, I look out my bedroom window at the city I've come to know so well. I'd started to take the view for granted, but I'm going to have to unlearn all of that. I really want to be grateful for what I have, since someday it'll all be gone. For what will be the last time for a while, Aspen shows up at the library for breakfast. It's been our routine ever since I came to Wellington, and it's bittersweet that it'll be coming to an end. It's so off-putting to see her with the little ears. She's like an alien. An ending is just a chance for a new beginning, though.
So, tomorrow's the big day.
That's right. I don't know how I'm going to sleep tonight. I don't know if I'll have time to sleep tonight.
At least you'll have plenty of coffee to drink in the morning.
Exactly. It just like changes the whole chemistry of her head.
That's true. As long as no one drops the coffee maker or something. Oh, here I go again. I keep imagining 100 things that could go wrong.
I'm sure there are a million things that will go right.
Yeah, it'll be great.
Thanks. I'm sure you're both right. I just can't help being me.
That's why I know it'll go well.
Happy and I hang out in the kitchen while Aspen and Juliet browse around to find books for Aspen's reading corner. Once she has a few picked out, Juliet heads to bed and Aspen rejoins the dog and me. She picks up her purse where she left it on the counter earlier and sits down.
So, after your bead broke yesterday, it gave me an idea for a secret ritual of my own.
She shakes the bag and I can hear paper crinkle inside.
Oh, like magic?
No magic, just superstition, I guess you could call it. Or symbolism, something along those lines.
Let's do it.
You don't even know what it is yet.
So much trust in this one.
So, it's something you want to do, and that's enough for me.
I hope you're up for a bit of a walk then, because I'd like to go up Mount Victoria.
I'll go get Happy's leash.
On the way up to the top of the mountain, we talk about everything except why we're there. At the summit, we stop, and Aspen looks around.
I see why you come up here so often. I'm glad the new store is closer. I could do with a few more chances to clear my head.
I'm glad you like it up here too. I know it's not a secret or anything, but it feels like my place.
I know what you mean. That used to be the library for me.
Used to?
Oh, you know she's about to drop a cute little line right here.
It's special in a different way now. A wonderful way, to be sure. but not the same as when I was just a regular patron browsing the shelves. But up here, I feel calm in the same way when I sit down with a good book. Not just a good one, but a favorite. One that I know I can go back to again and again and enjoy just as much as the first time I read it.
She unslings her purse from her shoulder and reaches in. Happy gets his hopes up, probably thinking that's just where sandwiches grow. But he'll have to be disappointed this time. Instead, what Aspen takes out is a small stack of paper. At first, I'm afraid it's the fox and the grove, which is silly because I keep that safely in my room with my scroll. On closer inspection, I recognize the fancy logo at the top.
That's from the book company, right? The one you almost signed with?
Yes, this was the contract they offered me. I held on to it to think about, and then afterwards held on to it as a reminder. I think I need to move on from it too now. Just like you were saying about your bead. For a long time, I thought of my self-worth purely in terms of what I could make or give to the world. In other words, how good my writing was. That sure turned out to be a mistake. I always knew it was, of course. Still, once you're that far into the hole, it can be tough to dig yourself back out. I have you to thank in part for that. For helping me find my own strength that I needed. That's why I don't need this anymore. Not as a reminder or a motivator. I don't need it to tell me what I'm worth.
Aspen's storyline gets me so bad because it's like, I don't know, there's just something about like people who write for a living writing about writers, you know? Like this kind of storyline, it just breaks your heart, you know?
Oh, I'll wait till the end. We're almost there.
Oh, okay.
There's something cool about what that Studio Lawn is doing soon.
Oh, I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Exactly. And like I also write for a living. So it's just a real needle into the heart. From top to bottom, Aspen rips the papers in half. Then she tucks those into a pile and rips them again. Then she rips those. She holds out her handful of shredded paper like I held out my shattered bead. Just then, the wind eagerly picks up the pieces and carries them away out to sea. What's up, Sam? How you doing, gamer? Wow. Beautiful. It's littering, but I appreciate the symbolism. They toss and flutter in the wind, scattering directions before they're even past the edge of the mountain. Let's go, Emperor Sam. Treat yourself. Maybe. We don't know what's gonna happen next. You might have missed some crying, but it could be wrapping up soon. Yeah. Aspen watches them go, hands still outstretched. Not to bring them back, but to keep them away. We're very much like letting go of one chapter and heading into the next. For them, but not for us, because this is the last chapter of the game. In just seconds, they're gone from sight.
I tore up the rejection letters too. The ones I'd been keeping in my box. Envelopes and all.
You go, girl. We're not sure, Sam. There could be an epilogue.
I saved a copy of my manuscript instead. That's what I really want to look back on someday and smile about.
Yeah.
Not to forget the bad, but to remember the good too. I'll always associate it with these days here with you. And with the new store, and everything else.
Yeah.
I think those will be much happier memories to keep, don't you?
Yeah. I do.
I do. I never want to forget how I feel right now either. Or any of my time here.
I don't think we will. I'm not sure how we could. And even though the future is scary at times, it scares me right now when I think of opening the store tomorrow. I'm excited. I'm excited to face it with you and with Juliet. And with Happy, of course.
Of course.
Happy.
Mother. I'm floating again.
The three of us stand quietly together, facing the horizon and the future. The dog is named Happy. He's a sandwich fiend. Aspen's right. It is intimidating, but that's exciting in its own way.
Or second. Literally the same exact thing happened with Evan.
Yes.
The dog's name Happy? Please be happy as in the dog.
Same mind. If there's one lesson that I've learned, one of the most important things, it's that I can't just wait for the future to come to me. I have to reach out and grab it for myself. Arriving at the new Bell House, it's immediately obvious that Aspen didn't need to worry about no one showing up. Juliet and I are there an hour early, but we're not even the first to arrive. There's already a small line of people waiting when we get there. Box of Aspen's requested books in tow. Some of the staff are running around outside, looking stressed. Others are indoors, setting up the display cases and brewing coffee. They also look pretty stressed. I recognize one or two of the employees from the other Bell House, but I don't know their names. Most of them I've never seen before. It's just the aprons that give them away. Despite the nervousness, everything seems to be running pretty smoothly. One person that I do recognize is Regina, Aspen's boss. She strolls around the place looking calmer than the other workers. She has probably done this more than once. I'm no expert, but I don't see any problems anywhere. Aspen's done a great job getting everything ready to go. She's been here since before I woke up, so I haven't seen her in person yet, although we've been messaging throughout the morning when possible. I let her know that Juliet and I have arrived, but the message sits unread. I spot another familiar face, though, at the same time that she spots us.
Hey, Miho!
She slips out the front door and jogs over to where Happy and I are standing. Juliet's retreated off under the shade of the building's roof.
Hi, Lena. How's it going?
Oh, pretty normal day. Hang on a sec, though. Something's different about you.
Yeah.
Did you get a haircut? Wait, no, I see it. Don't tell me they gave you an haircut, too!
I was waiting to see when you would notice, Sam, since you just came in.
Nope. They went away on their own.
She got an ear cut! The whole, I don't know, I can't remember when everyone has been here and when you haven't, but the whole thing last time was that Miho was like resolving to smash her magical bead because that would get rid of the magic that makes people forget about her, and she wants to like live this more human life and like cherish every day because she knows she's gonna lose it someday. So that's like what we started today's stream with, was her smashing her bead and getting rid of her magic, and so she no longer has her ears and her tail and her immortality. Yeah.
I broke the bead that gave me my magic, and so now I'm just a regular human.
Her face goes pale.
And I thought it was bad that I dropped the coffee
I did it on purpose, actually.
Oh, nah, I did it on purpose. I wanted this to happen.
Seriously? Why would you do that?
Because I got tired of people forgetting about me all the time. I want to be able to live a normal life, even if it's one that has an end. I'm starting a new job soon too. One that I couldn't do if nobody remembered me.
Oh, congrats! You're gonna kick life's butt, aren't ya?
That's not quite the way I put it, but yeah, I guess so.
Well, it's the right way. The only right way. Go ahead, ask me why that is.
Why?
Because you've gotta beat life into giving you what you want.
Hell yeah, Lena. She does a fake punch that comes close to hitting me in the real face.
When it thinks it's got you down, that's when you've gotta fight back even harder. Never give up. Never surrender.
Let's go,
Let's
Lena.
go, Lena. That's the
Meanwhile-
cheerleader we know and love.
Cut to Miho's face. What the fuck?
In shock, as always. It's kind of impossible not to be impressed with Lena's enthusiasm, even when it's like this. Why would you wish that for her?
And you can only do that when you've got something to fight for. Like Aspen, or your friends, or your dog.
I fight for my dog.
Wait, when did you get a dog?
This is Happy.
Wait,
I've had him for
wasn't
a few
she
days
there?
now.
She helped to catch the dog.
He does
yeah,
look
she was.
happy. What's his
She's
Bro,
the one that, like,
loophole.
Flew to him.
Yeah, she used her wings to like zoom toward him and catch him.
No, that is his name. Happy.
I have a feeling I'm going to have to do this a lot in the future. Still, I like the name. I guess you could say it makes me happy too.
Like, just everyone thinks that Miho's like, this is happy. This dog is very happy. This is happy.
Once Lena finishes introducing herself to the dog, she finally notices the box of books on top of the wagon that we brought.
Oh, are those for Aspen? I'll take them in and let her know you're here. Although she might be busy until after she cuts the ribbon.
Ooh, a whole ribbon cutting and everything?
That's fine. Thanks for letting her know. I'll be with Juliet.
Got it.
I pass the wagon's handle to Lena and she rolls it around to the back entrance. Happy and I go wait next to Juliet, not too far from the line to get in. She adjusts her parasol to give us a bit of extra shade, too. Why didn't it read that line? Hello?
Try the lawn. It just doesn't have. They just don't have a voice for that one.
What the heck? Alright, time to be Juliet.
Ready? Ready?
No.
You can do it.
No, I can't.
You can do it.
No, I can't. I forgot what she sounds like. What do you think? I'm quite impressed with, with what they've done here.
Come on!
It has its own distinct feeling, while still clearly being the Bell House.
Yeah, I love it.
I'm never doing
I
that
can
again.
tell Aspen put her heart into it.
One of the sides of the cafe is a park. Or on one side of the cafe is a park, and on the other is a row of shops that are just as cute as the Bell House. None of them have such a long line, though. There are only a couple minutes left until the grand opening, and everyone in the crowd knows it. I do a quick head count. There are almost 24 people standing in line, not counting Juliet and myself. Don't clap. There are a few others who aren't in line either, like a reporter taking pictures, and someone that must be Regina's husband. The warm, cozy scents of fresh bread and coffee are as strong here as at the other location. Maybe even stronger since we're outside and can still smell them. I can't see in through the frosted glass windows, but I imagine they're all doing a last-minute scramble, taking care of final touch-ups before it's time. A blue ribbon is draped across the front doors. Those suddenly open inward, leaving the ribbon still hanging, and Aspen appears, dressed in uniform. She looks around. God damn it, I knew you were gonna do that, Sam. I'm never gonna play that. I'm never gonna listen to that. I might cry. She looks around, spotting me and Juliet, and gives us a small wave. But she quickly focuses her attention on the crowd.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you all for coming. We appreciate you showing up before you're actually able to have your coffee.
How many people do you think were in line like, don't talk to me before I've had my coffee?
Alright, everybody.
Nate's out.
I'm leaving.
Alright. A couple people chuckle at my joke.
My whole team has worked very hard to make today's opening a success, so we're very proud to officially open our doors to everyone. Lena!
Coming!
I can hear Lena, but can't see her. I can, however, see the look of disapproval on Aspen's face as Lena runs up to her with a pair of scissors. Of course she does. Someone was wearing a shirt or jacket with that on it, for sure. Even that disappears in a flash, though, as with a big smile, Aspen cuts through the ribbon in a single snip. She steps aside, letting the line of people begin to enter. As the first customer passes through the door, a chorus of cheers comes from inside.
Welcome to the Bell House!
That was enthusiastic. I could distinctly hear one that was Cyrus's voice actor. It takes a few minutes, but finally, Aspen emerges from the building and comes over to where we are. I reach out my arms to embrace her, but she shakes her head.
No, don't hug me, I'm gross. As soon as I get home, I'm taking 3 showers and 2 naps.
You deserve them. Everything looks amazing. You've done a great job.
Thanks. Wait until you actually go inside. Although maybe it's better to wait until tomorrow for that.
They just aren't voice acting Juliet anymore? What's happening? You're already quite popular. I'm not sure if tomorrow will be any slower.
That's a good problem to have if it happens. I can show you around right now if you really want, but it's going to be awfully crowded in there.
It's fine. You can show us another time. We'll be here again soon, for
How can we
sure.
even read it?
I did. Oh, thank you so much, Evan. Thank you so much. You're a
Damn,
hero.
That was, actually, it
That
sounded
was
just
really
like
good.
Juliet
Yeah,
in my head.
I thought she was in the room with us.
Is Juliet in the room with her?
Is the sexy vampire mommy here with us right now? Indeed. I'm looking forward to trying out the reading corner for myself.
Wow.
Yes, Yes, me too.
Stop.
Lena told me you brought the books.
I'm gonna quit the game right
Thank you
now.
so much.
We aren't gonna end today.
Of course. I hope they find their way into many new hands.
I was gonna say, she's not even lip flapping. Like, she's just,
Do they usually?
yeah, I think so. Or maybe not. Maybe not. I don't know.
I don't think they do.
I'll make sure they do.
Yeah.
Oh, they
I
do.
want
Oh
to do
my
some
gosh.
kind of
I don't know.
discount for people who are
How dare you.
working or reading here.
Bro, they just said Juliet doesn't matter anymore. You didn't pick the Juliet route, so get fucked.
They ran out of money, bro.
I'm not sure what it'll be yet, but I want to help out students and artists, even if it's just a free cup of coffee. I'm already getting ahead of myself, though. We've been open for all of 10 minutes, and I'm planning what to do next.
You make that sound like it's a bad thing. But this place only exists because you dreamed about it, right?
Well, yes, I suppose so. I need my feet on the ground right now, though. I could let my head off into the clouds when my shift is over. Which, unfortunately, is still several more hours from now. I'm going to have a few words with whoever it was that put together this schedule.
Was it you?
It absolutely was. After my naps and showers, I'll come by to visit this evening. Do you have any plans for how you want to spend your last couple days before your own new adventure, Miho?
Other than with you? Nah, not really. I think I might go for a walk. It's been a while since I just wandered around.
There
You've
you
come
go.
so far since then, both literally and figuratively.
There's your ending, right? She just wanders through Wellington, having an inner monologue.
Reminiscing.
Yeah. And then it'll be like it's then. It's then that I finally realized I had actually fulfilled, you know, whatever his
Jong-in.
Jong-in's request, and I was happy.
Wow. Thanks, Sam.
Yeah, I miss it a little bit.
Go wander then, and I'll see you at dinner.
Definitely.
Goodbye, Aspen, and good luck with the rest of the day. We'll see you tonight. With a final wave, Aspen disappears back into the cafe. God. I think I'll be returning home myself. If you're going to be out for a while, then would you like me to take Happy back with me?
Yeah, please. I think I'll be out for a bit.
I pass the leash to Juliet. Happy doesn't fight against leaving me anymore. He knows that I'll come back to him.
Wow.
Good. An emotionally secure man. We love to see it.
Wait, I just realized something.
What?
That it's good. It's good that Miho got Happy, because now she can no longer be a fox. She needs somebody to torment those two cats.
Fair enough. I watch as those two head off back the way we came, the opposite direction of the Bell House. One other direction leads into town, but it's the fourth and most familiar path that I follow. For the second day in a row, I find myself atop Mount Victoria. Although I pass others going both up and down the mountain, I'm alone at the summit for the moment. Just me and the breeze. Leaning against the railing, I take in the sights again. The bustling city, the swaying trees, the cerulean ocean. I always struggle and forget how you pronounce that word.
Cerulean.
Is it cerulean?
Yeah.
Cerulean. Yeah, that sounds right.
You didn't have enough Pokemon in your life.
I didn't put enough syllables in it.
Cerulean.
All over, everywhere I look, It's alive. Oh! My chapstick is broken. Shit.
From when you dropped it from.
When did I drop it?
When you ran out the door today.
No, I've used it since then.
Oh.
Well, damn. I'm gonna have to hydrate extra then because my mouth is dry. All over, everywhere I look, it's alive. Every person, every leaf, every single creature. We're not so different after all. Thanks for the posture check, Sam. We're all just doing what we can to survive, to keep going, and to hopefully make tomorrow a little better than today. I can't count how many times I've been up here, enjoying this view. And I can't even begin to guess how many more times I'll come here in my lifetime. And yet, that's what makes it so precious today. Because someday, I won't be able to come here anymore. All I'll be able to do is think back and remember how it made me feel. So, I had better feel as much as I can while I can. Even now, I can spot things that are different from yesterday. I passed different people on the way up here. Different boats dot the glittering horizon. Different airships come and go. As much as it feels like it sometimes, and as much as I used to believe it was true, nothing ever really stays the same. From the streets to the sea, and even myself. Like clouds, we grow and change until someday we disappear. There's a noticeable absence where my necklace hangs, but it isn't the aching kind of loss that feels like something's gone when it shouldn't be. Instead, it's more like nostalgia, missing something, but knowing I can't go back to it. That the world and existence I'm thinking of doesn't even exist anymore. Maybe it never did. I've been to so much of the world without really seeing any of it, after all. There's plenty of time to fix that, though. Years and years to enjoy to the fullest. At the end, I hope to feel the same way Jong-in did, surrounded by the people they loved, and content with the life they had lived. Maybe, like them, I'll continue to exist in some way still. In the thoughts and stories of everyone that I care about, and that cared about me. For someone who's not used to being remembered, a legacy like that doesn't sound too bad. Maybe someone, someday, will stand up here like me, looking out at the world and seeing proof that I once lived and existed. It's okay if they don't know me or my name. That doesn't bother me. But if there's one more bird singing its song than there would have been had I never existed, then that's enough. A sudden gust sweeps across the mountain, down through the forest and out toward the sea. It ripples through my hair the same way it ripples through the trees. As the leaves rustle together in the breeze, it sounds like warm laughter. Little fox, where's your home? The wind whispers. Closing my eyes. Hold on. Closing my eyes, I relax and surrender myself to it all.
Right here.
Nate has tears in his eyes too. Nate has tears in his eyes too.
We did it!
It's over. There's a lot of onions in our computers.
A song!
Oh my god, everybody shut up right now.
I wonder if I'll always stay the same or be someone someday as you
And this, I'm pretty right. This is Miho, right?
It sounds like it.
Not really sure what on the clock on the wall keeps ticking along. So I
They're the band.
I would love that.
I take the pressed flower to remember you by. Getting older will mean that you're not on my mind. Together we'll be until we die. With just a word or two, the year will end so soon. Will you remember me if I remember you?
There you go. Delta Vu.
Tomorrow's just another new today. I wonder if our hearts will stay the same, or if we'll ever change now. All that we
Chef going off.
Good.
memories
As you should. This is the song of the century.
with my heart on my sleeve.
That's so film song.
Phyllis, are you crying? Aw. Are you comforting me because I'm crying?
This chapter of my life, a Taylor Price flower to remember you by. And if getting older will mean
So
that
far,
you're not
of
on
course.
my
I did.
mind.
Oh,
I was gonna laugh, but I was like, wait,
Until we
it's sad.
die. Maybe
Oh,
I'll forget
hold
that
the
I
ass
love you.
bar.
Maybe you'll forget me too. But
That's
just
so
every second,
Oh,
and I know
the moment,
that you
dude.
will too.
All the kisses, bro.
I'm crying.
They're the cats if you miss the cats.
I know. Here's what you all missed. If you weren't here for the last several weeks. I'm trying. Gamer, I'm
That
trying.
almost got me. Just that line. I will start crying. Woo.
Wow. Phyllis, you're so sweet.
We're sure she just didn't get scared?
No, I think she's comforting me. There is a little wrap up.
Of course.
I wasn't sure. Okay, let me get my fucking feelings in check. Hold on.
Oh, they left.
Ugh.
Why did they leave?
They did say they like wanted to like see the world together a little bit. Okay, I'll stretch first, Sam. I'll shake it out.
Oh god.
I'm gonna shake out all of the tears. Oh man.
Gamers, stick around after the epilogue. We'll have an announcement.
Yeah, stick around for the
About
announcement.
What's coming next on Saturdays?
Okay. After months away, my first few breaths of Wellington air are the most refreshing I've ever had. Happy lopes alongside me, just as glad to be back. He's even worse on airships than I am, although we've both gotten better with them over the past few years. Years!
Whoa.
We walk along the familiar streets, past the library where I used to live, until we reach the house.
House?
I fumble with my keys for a second
Oh.
before letting us inside.
That's fucked up. A little fox that turns into a person gets a house before any of us can.
Well, they live in a world that's better than ours, probably. Percy and Byron both scatter immediately, like they always do when they see Happy. I'm definitely not the person they were expecting to walk in. I don't take more than a couple minutes to enjoy the comfort of being back home before I'm back out the door, leaving Happy with the cats. The bookstore isn't too far away. That was one of Aspen's conditions when we were looking for a place together. It's close to the Bell House, too, although it's been more than a year since Aspen handed over the keys to that place to Lena. There are signs in the window of the bookshop advertising today's event, along with a picture of a familiar face.
I was gonna say, isn't New
That's
Zealand,
true, Sam.
Isn't
I
New
feel
Zealand
like
one of the first nations? Wasn't it? Like, I just looked it up. It started. They legalized in 2013, which feels like
maybe
I don't even remember.
I don't know when the first ones were. Glory, yes, I think that is what it's implying.
Let's go.
I hope we get to see an author photo.
Oh.
I step inside quietly, not wanting to interrupt anyone. There's a small line of people near the back, each waiting for their turn to approach the table where Aspen's sitting. Stop, I'm gonna cry again. Of course, she doesn't notice when I walk in, because she's busy talking to someone. I linger behind one of the bookshelves, watching.
Julie, she did it.
Stop. I'm gonna pull a Lena.
Oh.
We got an author photo! I got what I asked. I manifested this.
Miho stalking Aspen.
Aspen waves a hand in greeting as a new person walks up, offering her their copy of her book. She signs it with a flourish, the hours she spent practicing her autograph paying off. Of course she did. Smiling, she hands it back, thanking them for coming by. It's almost the end of her 2-hour signing session, and there are still a few copies left on the table beside her. But there are several folks around the store carrying their newly autographed books, and I'm sure there were plenty more earlier.
I hope we get that cute moment where Miho walks up and is like, "Can I have your autograph?"
What do you think is about to happen, Nate? Surely that. As the last person in line steps up to the table, I go and take their place. Aspen signs the book and sends them on, stretching her fingers before looking at me.
Hello there.
I'm going to scream!
She fixed her hair post ear loss.
Thank God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Hold on. Wait, which one is it? Her face morphs from her customer service smile to surprise as she actually notices me. I walk closer and hold up my copy of her book, the one I read on the airship ride over.
Miho can read.
She can read a
Let's
whole
go.
novel.
Hey, I'm not too late to get this signed, am I?
Miho! I thought you weren't
Aw,
supposed to be back for another
surprise.
week.
I wasn't. But I decided to come home early because I didn't want to miss this.
Aspen takes the book from my hands and signs it with the golden pen in her hands, drawing a little heart next to the end.
Thank you for being here. It means the world to me. You should have said you were coming, though.
But then it wouldn't have been a surprise.
I'm all about crimes.
You
okay?
and your surprises. Well, this is certainly the best kind.
How'd the signing go? Happy and I just got back, so I couldn't have come any earlier.
Why didn't we get a? Oh, we probably won't. I wanted to see a grown-up Happy.
I know, they probably won't. They probably didn't redraw him.
They only did the one shot of him. So.
It went well. Long, but well. My hand hasn't been this sore in ages. But I couldn't be happier. At least, not now that you're here. I was a little worried that no one would show up, but it's actually been somewhat busy. You just missed Mum and Dad, although they're staying in town overnight, so you'll have to come see them later.
Sounds good. I'll be here for a while. What about Juliet?
She and I are having dinner tonight. You'll come too, right? I know she'll want to see you as well.
Of course. I want to be there when your book goes up on the shelves.
You know, I hadn't even thought about that. Somewhere in the chaos of all this book release nonsense, I'd forgotten all about the library.
Good thing I came back early, huh?
Indeed. As much as I love being able to tell people how my wife is traveling around the world, saving animals.
A wife? A wife?
Traveling, saving animals.
I much prefer having her here with me.
Smiling, I reach for my book, still in Aspen's hands.
Gay marriage pog.
Hell yeah, Evan. She's doing what Jung-in would have wanted, getting gay married.
That was
Good for her.
the Taskmaster. I support gay marriage. Oh.
Is the one we're watching New Zealand or Australia?
Australia.
It's Australia. There is a New Zealand one too, huh? Gay married and traveling and a homeowner. Incredible.
Should we get going then?
But Aspen pulls it back, just out of my reach.
No, you haven't paid yet.
Bro, didn't she
Hey.
bring that? Oh, a kiss.
Yes, there's a special tax just for you.
A little smoocher.
Oh? What is it?
Although, I'm pretty sure I already know the answer. Whoa! I step closer as Aspen leans across the table to kiss me, holding onto it for support. In that moment, all the jet lag and aches and pains of travel melt away, replaced with pure bliss.
I agree. Evan said Aspen seems like the kind of girl to be alone somewhere shortly after the wedding, just doing a Borat voice. My wife.
Absolutely. For like months. Maybe like a year and a half.
All right, now I'm ready to go.
Wow. And it's over just like that. Wow.
Wow. We did it!
Y'all didn't believe
It happened.
Yeah, there's two endings. I'm surprised that's the wild ending. In our head, we had seen that. We had seen there's wild ending and like something else.
Mm-hmm.
I assumed wild ending was I'm still a fox.
Yeah. Interesting.
There are
Well, it makes sense. I mean, not the phrasing of wild ending, because like we
but
had
maybe
thought
it is
that the
it's
wild
wild
means
in the
fox,
sense
but-
of like I broke the thing and took the risk.
Yeah, maybe.
And so there's no it is interesting to note though. Couldn't get a polykill. Well, I mean like
I think you're right. I didn't see it either. It could have happened.
one of the interesting things is there was no obvious like make this decision to do this or this, you know. So it's a lot of subtle. I mean, there's not many choices at all, really. There's like 5 in the whole game.
There's very few.
So it's like it's very nitty gritty, and it may be just also what you choose to do in your given week. Because we somehow got an achievement for like the play going well too. So like
Interesting.
that could have gone wrong, I guess.
Yeah, I'm definitely curious to see a 69% completion. Sheesh. I'm definitely interested to see like
Locked.
oh shit,
Locked.
everything's happening. To see how
Oh my god.
the Juliet story plays out, and also just like how the actual decisions impact the story in those very subtle ways, presumably.
There's so
Sorry,
many.
Phyllis.
There's so many Julie. Oh look, there's just like fan art.
Cute.
But you can't just like scroll through them.
That's the ending I wanted.
Whoa.
Cute.
That's cute.
Aww.
That's like anime opening season 3.
I love it. Dang. Dang. That's gorgeous.
That's what she wore to the wedding. Very nice. Yeah, there's so many.
Wow.
There's like, those are all Juliet things, I'm assuming.
Yeah. Very nice.
Wow.
Very wonderful. That was a great game. I'm glad we spent all these weeks together playing this game. What a way to kick off book club. I will miss Miho, my gay mess.
I'm starting a poll.
That's an incredible emote.
I'm starting a poll. What grade do you give Please Be Happy? The options are S+, A+, A minus, or B+, parentheses, how dare you?
Why can't I vote in it? The heck? There we go. Amazing. It's all up there at the top so far. That's true.
Maybe they didn't want to.
I finished a book this morning that had a polycule ending. I can recommend it to you if you want. It was really wonderful. A+, the characters' interactions were genuinely well written, the world was fun, the art is gorgeous. I do wish it was more of a game, but honestly that's a nitpick. I agree with all of that. Like, it just genuinely is one of the best written games that I've played.
It's one of the purest visual novels.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Like,
it very much is just very, very lightly gamified novel. I know, only one dog art.
Floating dog.
It was charming though, but it would have been nice to get like a little barking dog, a little with him in the with the sandwich stolen in his mouth.
He had at least one like full art, right? Of like running away, I think. If not, that's even
I
funnier to
don't
imagine
remember.
the little JPEG. Just
Yeah, I don't remember. I'm glad they ended up with cats and a dog. Best ending. Yeah, we hardly saw the cats, which is funny. I think it's just because they never. They went to Aspen's apartment once, 1.5 times. Because they always had to fit Juliet in the story, so they couldn't just be there all the time. Wow, we did it. It was a great game. Shall we announce the direction?
Want me to do it?
Would you like to take the stage? This was a Natoid pitch to me earlier today.
So, book club. We're here. We finished the inaugural book club book. What's next for the book club? Well, we're getting comic booky. And we're bringing multiple guests to Fern's book club.
Guest stars?
Announcing, starting. We kind of I said it, but I didn't know if it was for sure confirmed. Starting next Saturday, I assume that's okay with Glory. The Wolf Among Us, Telltale Games Wolf Among Us, starring Glory,
Wow.
Nate, and Fern. Glory will be playing The Wolf Among Us. I have played The Wolf Among Us. Julie hasn't.
I saw you play
A little bit of it.
some of the
I
Wolf Among
streamed it
Us.
to you when we were in our long distance relationship days.
Yeah.
And
The Glory.
the Glory, we will be helping Glory through the difficult decisions. It should take the Fernataglow. Fernataglow. The Wolf Among Us is a 5-episode series, so it'll have very easy cutoff points for us if we choose that, or
Unlike somebody.
we will also probably do it in 3 sessions, really, because you normally go about 5 hours per session, right? 4 or 5 hours, and each episode of The Wolf Among Us is 1.5 hours to 2 hours long. And we were imagining that it's gonna take about that long, considering Glory Goof hours, and then we're there.
That's the official name. I
the
came
Glory
up with that.
Glory Goof hours.
You gotta account for Glory Goof time.
I said we'll be there, and so yes, that's gonna come with our own batch of goofs as well. You know what's really cool though, is that it's a classic Telltale game, so they'll also at the end of every chapter we'll be able to, discuss all the decisions we made. It'll also give us percentage breakdowns as to what the gaming populace made decisions of, and it's a very fun experience in that way. And it's Telltale games are the epitome of pause the game and go, oh fuck, what are we gonna do? Holy shit, oh my god, oh no, And so that's gonna be super fun, because there's a lot of timers on. Make your decision, who you gonna save, who you gonna this, And so that's gonna be super fun with Glory. The Wolf Among Us is, of course, if you don't know, based on the Fables comic series. The Fables comic series, so it's all based on classic children's fables. So, for example, the main character is the detective Big B Wolf, as in the big bad wolf. His partner in crime in a lot of different ways is the Snow White. Forget exactly her role within the city of Fables, but Snow White is you run into Goldilocks, you run into all kinds of people. And it's going to be a wonderful time. Originally, this whole concept was to get excited for The Wolf Among Us 2 coming out this year. And that got delayed into 2024.
Rip.
So now it's a sadness party, but it gets us all prepared to be excited for The Wolf Among Us 2 when that comes. So, yeah, that's what you got to look forward to. The Fern Book Club, where Fern gets to take a break for a little bit after 8 weeks of Please Be Happy, with Glory playing, and I assume I'll just be back in this side of the room. But yeah, it'll be fun. I'm excited because it's been a long time since I played that game, and it's one of my favorites of the Telltale games. It's Walking Dead, obviously. It's Back to the Future, and it's The Wolf Among Us are like the top 3. So yeah, I'm really excited. I think that was like was a really early on in our relationship thing we bonded over too. Like you bought me, or I bought you Fables, or you bought yourself it after I kept talking about it, you know. So it's baby.
Yeah, I don't remember. I feel like I borrowed your copy.
Something like that. Evan, the Back to the Future Telltale game. So it came out before they really got big. It was it was like the last thing before Walking Dead. So it was pre their big blow up, and it's essentially the 4th Back to the Future movie, and I love it. I love it so much. It's so good. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the big announcement. I hope
Next
y'all
time
are
on
excited.
Book Club.
So it's not over. You know, we weren't sure like what was gonna happen after Please Be Happy, and initially it was just gonna be like, I'm just gonna do this for like a month so that you can, you know, get back to writing, you know.
Literally, we scheduled this specific game to take place all across January, every Saturday in January, and then we were supposed to have finished it.
And now here we are, March 11th.
Woo!
Finally done, and
We
now we
did
know we're
it.
just gonna keep going with the book club.
I think it's gonna be fun because like a lot of the games that I'm gonna play, I'm gonna tell you up front, are gonna be like romance
And
like,
visual novels.
And like, yeah, they're all gonna be visual novels, but like that's just my preferred genre is like really like chill, you know, cozy stuff and romance and stuff. So I'm gonna give you a little break, and we're gonna go into the
Dark.
big bad dark world of the Wolf Among Us.
It's a noir kind of
Yeah.
story. I'll say this much. This is a little teaser. Someone's beheaded at the end of the first episode,
Delightful.
so get ready. Yeah, it's a good time. I hope y'all like it because it's a really good game. Glory's like, wait, what? It's a really cool game.
Forget we said anything, Glory. No, yeah, I get you, Sam.
But yeah, now what do? We've only been live for just under 2 hours.
Yeah,